Hi, my name is Morten, and welcome to this video where I will present the Ucommerce widgets for Sitefinity. In this video I will show you how easy it is to install the widgets, as well as how you work with the widgets and what modifications you can make. Okay, first things first, we need to make sure that we have a blank site with Sitefinity on it. Once that's in place, we can start to install the required assets of these widgets. You may or may not have already installed Ucommerce. That's actually not a big deal because the widget here is installed as a NuGet package, which has a dependency on Ucommerce. So to get started with everything, you can actually just install the widgets into this website and Ucommerce will automatically follow along. Once that is done and you build the solution and start it up, Ucommerce will bootstrap itself. And that will the widgets too as well. So after that, we're actually ready to go. So to get started with the widgets, you just hit install package ucommerce.sitefinity.ui. When you install it, it will just run through and then we're ready to go. So just hit install package ucommerce.sitefinity.ui. Wait for everything to download. Once that is done, all you need to do is build your solution. Alright, now the widgets has properly installed and I have built my solution. So right now I'm actually ready to start up the website and start playing around with the widgets. Okay, so now the widgets has been installed and I have started my website. This website is blank, but you may of course also install the widgets and Ucommerce into an existing Sitefinity site that already runs. If you're interested in learning more about how Ucommerce works, we have plenty of videos. We even have a complete set of training materials that you could go through where you learn how to build Ucommerce with Sitefinity and also how you can use Ucommerce in your own set of widgets. But for this video, I'll present the already out of the box ready to use widgets that we're here for. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go to pages. And as I already said, this is completely blank. And we can now create a page and call it whatever we want. This is just standard Sitefinity. So let's make a homepage. I can of course choose whatever template that I want. The widgets are based out of Bootstrap 4, so you can use them in a Bootstrap 4 context, which gives them a certain look and feel out of the box that will fit right into whoever is using those templates as well. And I can also, of course, choose to create a custom template, or I can use any of the existing templates. The widgets fit directly into how Sitefinity do these things here. So let's just select a template with one header and a content piece. The widgets here are standard Sitefinity widgets, so they will appear over here to the right in the section that we have called Ucommerce. And here you can find widgets that are made for the entire browse and checkout experience of a website. So you can actually build a website from scratch using these widgets here and drag them into your own website that are already existing. So these are really plug and play friendly. Of course, I want a mini basket so I can see what I have in my basket. And I of course also want to display some categories. So let's try to just take these two widgets and put them on the page. And let's browse how it looks like right now. Even though it is very much plug and play, there's of course something that may or may not need a little bit of tweaking. Each of the widgets comes with certain configuration options that makes them more flexible, so you're not tied to a specific way, and we try to hard code as little as possible. For example, the category navigation here comes with a logo that are not shown right now, which makes them look not so nice. So I of course have to review each of the widgets to make sure that they are configured in the way that I need them to be. So let's try to click edit. And for each of the widgets, we have certain configuration options that we can do. The logo here made it look a little odd, so let's select one. And I have other things here. What is the search page? What is the product listing page? What are the product details page? And what template do I use to render this widget here? Each widget can be overridden by a template. So if you want to create another template for the mini basket here, or for the category navigation, or for whatever, each of the widgets can be overridden by Razorfile, and they will contain the context that you need to actually bootstrap them properly. So also, if you just want to keep the same structure but use another set of stylings, you can change that as well. So let's just keep it simple for now and publish the page, and let's review again. So now it actually contains a small little icon here, and I can now click on the links. I will get 404s because that means that I have not set out what is the category page that I navigate to when I click the categories, because we have to set that up as well. We're not tied to any certain structure that we demand. So when you build up your site and your content pages and your content structure, you can do that however you want. And then for the widgets where you click on categories or products, we configure where do we go to in order to see the actual content. Another cool feature about the category navigation here is that it contains search. So here I can search for products. So if I type in Ucommerce, it will actually find the products that matches the search here. It does not contain any image, and yeah, it's a very bare bone web shop that I have at the moment. I can also search for support, and now it's a little faster because the search engine actually booted up the first time that I requested it, so it's a little faster now. Before we proceed with the structure and all, let's try to add in another widget. Now I have my mini basket and I have my category navigation. I also want to do some product listing, and product listing is quite fun. This is actually quite a complex widget because it contains a lot of different stuff. This widget can be used in two modes. It can be used as is. If I do that, I expect that the products it lists, it comes from the context of which the user is browsing the site, which is typically browsing a category. So if I put this widget into my category page, once that has been made, products will just automatically appear from that context. But I can also select products manually that I want to show, and I can configure how many I want to see per page, because of course you want to do some pagination on this so it performs well in a large scale setup. And I can also tamper a little bit with the templates down here. I want to try out the manual selection, and now I have two pickers that I can use. I can select products directly, which is individual products, but I can also combine products from multiple categories. So I want to do that. And of course I can use them in a combination with each other. So I want to see all products from software and support. I want to see 10 items per page. And I want to save it and publish it. Now I actually see all the products, and I see them from 2 different categories, and I see the actual account. Of course, when there's not many products to show, the pagination will not trigger, and it's a little more simple. But once the product catalog increases in size, we will of course see the pagination kick in. I can now add them directly to my cart, and I actually don't have to do anything as a developer to make sure that a cart exists or anything like that. They will just work as is. So let's put 10 in on this one. And my mini basket now updated with 10 items in my cart. But let's try to take this a step further. Now that we have tried the widget here with manually select the product, let's try to build up the category page so we can see the widget working in that context as well. As I mentioned earlier, the widget here works in 2 modes, in manual selection and where it's context driven, which basically means this is the page where we want to show products, and it will automatically find the current category that we're currently visiting. So in order to make that work, we need to go back and create a new page. And we can of course make this very sophisticated so that we use a template where widgets has been predefined, so I don't have to drag in the category navigation and the mini basket and stuff like that. So there's a whole range of different things that we can do in order to make this more flexible and nice. But for now, I think it's okay that we just keep this simple. So I'll create my category page. And in this case, I'll just reuse the same template. And now I can drag in my product widget, like that. And I also want to have some facets. So let's just put that on top. And my product widget here needs to not be manually selected, and I want to reuse the same structure here. And the facets, they just have a template, so the facets are just what they are, and nothing further here to select. So let's try to publish it. So now we should actually see that when I click the link, we will change page and layout. But since I haven't configured my widget here, it will still not work. So I need to go back and do that. So I need to go back to my home page where I actually have my category navigation added. Product listing page will now be the category page. And I will publish it again. So now I am on the home page, so let's try to click on software or support. And now we can actually see I'm on a completely different page, and that's because the configuration I used made it possible for me to select what is the page that I want to use for my category presentation page. The reason it works like this is that you have total freedom over your content structure and your content pages. So wherever you wish to present the categories and the products, you're free to do that. Ucommerce will automatically figure out what we're looking at right now and use that as a foundation to present your data. So you don't have to do anything further in order to make this work nicely. Same goes for the product page. When I want to navigate to that, either I can add it directly to my cart here, or I can navigate further in and see details around my product. And it works in the same way as the category widget, where I have to select what is my product page, and then I will be automatically navigated there. Yes. So that is sort of the idea with these widgets here, that each widget serves their own purpose, and we have tried to make them as configurable as possible so you can use them in your own context. You're not bound to whatever we have decided you need to do. So hopefully you can make a good use of these widgets here. And right now I have only presented a few of them, but the same structure and the same idea goes for all the other widgets that we have, that this has a bunch of configurations so you can use them as is in your own context and in your own project. And as I said before, we have widgets that span across the entire browse and checkout functionality, so you can actually build a web shop up from scratch. If you're interested in learning how we build these widgets here, we also have a full training course on Ucommerce for Sitefinity, where we actually build up these widgets here. They are a little more simpler than these, but still the same, the serve purpose, teaching you how to work with Ucommerce in a Sitefinity best practice way. So just to mention what we have here, we already saw the category navigation, and we saw the product widget. After you have added your products to your cart and you saw them in the mini basket, we also have a cart and a basket preview page, which allows you to do the full checkout flow, as well as collecting address information, a confirmation email template that you can use, confirmation messages that you want to show on the complete page, widgets to select what is the payment option that I want to use, as well as the shipping options. So this will take you all the way in very little time. Besides that, you can of course also take the widgets as is. We have decided to open source the widgets, so you can grab the source code and make your own modifications, as well as just download the widgets via NuGet to your own solution. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, please use the comment sections below.